Alright guys, Georgia Boy here, and today's video is going to be about the new Lee Classic Cast single stage press. Now, this line of presses has been around forever. Lots of guys have them, but this is about the newest one. And several years back, Lee came out with the breech lock bushing system in their Challenger press, which allowed you to swap out the breech lock bushings, and then a little later they began to offer it in the Lee Classic Cast press as well. So there's actually two Classic Cast presses now. One that I'll call the original, and then the Classic Cast breech lock bushing press, which looks like this. And you can see the main difference is the way they dispose of spent primers. The one that accepts the bushings has this silver plate here on the side with a trough that your spent primers flip over into and go down the tube. The original spent primers go directly through the rim and into the tube the same way they do on the Lee Classic Cast turret press. And this is the system that I wanted. I wanted them to go through the ram and into the tube. And so those were your two offerings. You got this primer disposal system and screw your dies directly into the press without the bushing. You got that primer disposal system and the ability to use the breech lock bushings. Now with the new original, it comes, it's advertised with a breech lock bushing adapter kit. And so I figured, okay, that will allow the ability to screw dies directly into the press. It'll have some kind of adapter to use the bushings, and I get the primer disposal system that I wanted. And it does do all that. But there's one thing that the press doesn't come with that you'll need. So let me show you what the press does come with. It comes with this bushing here, and this bushing here will accept the breech lock bushings. It actually comes with one of the original breech lock bushings, and it comes with a spline lock bushing, which is basically the bushing and the lock ring all made in one piece. I like these. This works really good. You can get your die set and leave it. It just drops in and spins and locks. If you have a lot of the older style bushings like this one, they sell the lock rings now that go 3 in a pack, and it basically turns your old bushing into a spline lock bushing. So I like those. I really like these. These work well. The problem was you cannot screw a die directly into the press. This bushing here is too big, and that's what you have to order, is the steel 7/8 by 14 hex nut bushing. Now Lee is out of these, Midway was out. I did find some at Brownells. There it is. It's like $8, and this allows you to screw that in and screw your dies directly into the press. And so with the new one, if you get the original with that update kit, you have what many consider a better spent primer disposal system. You have the ability to use the bushings, and with this 7/8 by 14 nut, you have the option of screwing your dies directly into the press. So hope that helps, because it can be a little confusing looking at them online, but that's the way it is. So anyway, so I also heard some reports a while back about some guys getting these presses and the ram just rubbing and grinding as it passed through the whole board there in the cast iron base. That could be anything. It could just be a hole drilled off center and something like that. But this press was doing it as well right out of the box. And the reason is this top piece here is separate, and it wasn't screwed all the way down to the ram. It lacked about 2 turns being screwed down tight. And what that was doing was allowing this to cant in the threads, and then as it would pass through the hole, it was grinding and making all kind of noise. Tightened it up, and it's smooth as silk. I'm not saying that's everybody's problem, but that's something to be mindful of. Also, you may have noticed that I have this press set up to load from the left instead of the right. It comes to where you can just tighten this up, load brass from the right. Your priming system is on the right, but I retimed this top piece so that I can load from the left, which is what I prefer. I like to operate the press with my right hand and load brass with the left, and that is the way that the Lee Classic Cast turret press works as well. So anyway, hope that helps. It can be a little confusing, but with the new ones, with the update kit, if you order that bushing, you can pretty much do all of it then with this press and get the old style spent primer disposal system. And you can set your press up to load from the left. So that's it for today. Hope that helps. Anyway, y'all guys take care, and talk to y'all later.